Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to this live stream. This is your host Sagar Shah welcoming you to the first tournament of the new year Champions Chess Tour 2023. We followed the Champions Chess Tour very closely last year, and now this year as well. We're going to have two of our young stars playing in the Division 1. So that's going to be simply epic. A warm welcome to everyone in the chat. Dosto, how are you? How is everyone doing? And how are things at your end? Guys, the tournament hasn't started yet. So that's the reason why there was some delay. I believe it will start in a bit. I think there's some always teething issues when you have a new edition coming up with new setup, and as you know, uh, this time it's no longer, it's basically chess.com and chess24 both have come together, the Play Magnus group. So this is going to happen slightly differently. Hello, hello, guys. Welcome, welcome. By the way, this is what we are going to witness today. And guys, also please keep an eye whether the games are starting yet or not. I think I have the players here with me. I can show you. For now, let me see who are the players. So by the way, today it's going to be in Division 1, Carlsen versus Sarana. Alireza Firouzja versus Arjun Erigaisi. That's going to be huge because we haven't seen Firouzja playing since quite some time. Wesley so takes on Rauf Mamedov, and Gukesh takes on Nakamura. Wow, that's huge. So that's how things are. Ajay Malla, thank you so much for your super chat. And guys, I think the games are going to start pretty soon. But let me just keep an eye. Yes, something has started. Ooh, Alireza Firouzja versus Gukesh has begun. Let's get it cracking. There we have Gukesh on the screen, but where is Alireza Firouzja? Can't see him. Let's get Magnus Carlsen there. I think Firouzja, um, there's some issue with his cam, it seems. But the games have started. Nobody nowhere says hi Sagar bhai with no GP streams. Humpy, Harika both playing. Don't go too late also. Yes, I have to also stream, but I took a break for a couple of days. It was my 9th wedding anniversary, and so Amruta and I went somewhere for some time, and so I couldn't stream anything. But guys, we'll talk about it first. Let's get rolling with Gukesh. Arjun Erigaisi versus Alireza Firouzja. We don't have Alireza on the screen right now, but the game started off with 1e4 by Firouzja, e5 by Arjun, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, and knight f6, d3. Guys, what's the name of this opening? Shashwat says, Sagar, why did you get your visa for Germany? I applied for it. I'm waiting, so I'll get to know. Yeah, Arjun's hair looks really nice. It's come in a nice way. Yes, Italian opening or the Juco piano, bishop c5, c3. By the way, the time control is 15 minutes plus 3 seconds increment only, not 10. It's just 3 seconds of increment. Castles b4. Bishop went back to e7 for Arjun. Knight bd2. And he goes d5. This could be his preparation, and bishop b3. And this is where Arjun has taken a short break from making his moves. You can see that he has slowed down a bit. So he's thinking, but it's a normal position. Yeah, he goes bishop e6. And I guess his point is that if you go knight g5 trying to hassle the bishop here and attack it, then he may want to play a very nice move. Guys, what would he play? Let me see if the chat chess moves is working or not. Guys, what would you play here? How is this view? Ooh, we can see all of them. And this one. Okay, all set, all set, all set. Yes, exactly. Venkat Dondapati, you are right. And this is the correct move. Let me just quickly check who are the people who've got it right, or is my chat chess moves working? Yes, Sagar Mathur, Venkat, Prahlad, Shritij, Divyanshu, Amrit, Prakash, it's Deni, Raj, Narsimha, and chess for fun. Well done, guys. It is bishop g4, and you get out there, and if you play f3, then I can just simply drop back my bishop. Suddenly the knight is like, oh my god, I can't go back. What am I doing on g5? So that does not work. Okay, he went castles here. He did not play knight g5, and we are waiting for Arjun to make his move. Let's quickly check what is up with Gukesh against Hikaru Nakamura. Wow, what a game. There we have Gukesh on top left of the screen, Hikaru below on the bottom right. D4 by Gukesh, knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3, and guys, what is the name of this opening? Very quickly. Yes, Magnus is in Canada at the house of Chess Bras. You are right. Exactly. This is the Nimzo Indian. The small difference between Ragozin and Nimzo is that, let's say if I start here with knight f3, d5, knight c3 and bishop b4, then if you combine d5 with bishop b4, it is the Ragozin. But if you go directly bishop b4, it is the Nimzo Indian. E3, castles, and a3 system played by Gukesh. Now Gukesh is in very aggressive mood. He's like, okay, Hikaru, let's go for a full-fledged fight. Hikaru takes, pawn takes, and plays c5. He tells Gukesh, you have these doubled pawns, I'm fixing them with my own pawn. Okay, bishop d3. Gukesh is like, I'm going to play e4. I'm going to expand in the center. I have the bishop pair. My bishop will come here and pin your knight. Hikaru goes knight c6, knight to e2 to defend the pawn so that you can push e4, b6, and e4 comes in. And guys, now here's a move that you all should know. What is the move? That is very important. Meanwhile, I have to make a small little adjustment here, which you will like it. Let me see if I can make it, if I am good at it. It is to have a small little live chess board. If I can do that, you guys will be able to, while I lead up to the game or while I'm doing my analysis, you can see the board as well. Let's see. Let's see if I can be pro. Bhagyashri Kaduskar, awesome to see these two winning their way. Exactly. They, by the way, they qualified, yeah. Gukesh actually won the play-in, then beat Kramnik, and Arjun also got his way through the qualifiers. So it was amazing and epic that these two youngsters did it. It's there we have all set, guys. Pro streamer OP. Yes, the move that I was looking for is knight e8. Let me see how many of you were able to guess it. Not many. Actually, maybe this was not the question here, but knight e8 is what I was looking for. Maybe I did not clean up the questions, the answers from the last question, but knight e8. And this is a very important move. Remember why? Because once you play knight e8, I can no longer pin you. And secondly, whenever I play f4, remember, you want to meet it with one move. What is that move here? A very important move that you want to meet f4 with. That's why you put your knight back on e8. What is that? Exactly, you want to meet it with f5 to stop this pawn from moving forward, and so that the bishop gets blocked on c1. That is very important. Okay, so he goes knight e8. Gukesh plays h4. Guys, I have not seen this move before, and I have studied this position, and I think Gukesh is playing, you know, he's just going out there. He's like, Hikaru, let's go for the attack. Let me see what, if you can defend well. It's not the most accurate move. As you can see, the bar is favoring Hikaru slightly. But let's see how he is able to play here. Okay, so after h4, he goes e5. Hikaru plays e5. Gukesh goes h5. Wow. I guess e5 is maybe not the best. He should have continued with bishop a6, knight a5, putting pressure on the c4 pawn. But okay, he goes e5, h5, d6. And always remember, guys, if you try to open up the position a bit too much, like h6, g6, and then this, then basically the bishop will come here and open up on this diagonal. And this is not what you want, because dark square weaknesses is your biggest problem here as black. Okay, you don't have a dark square bishop. You just went in the opening. You went here and you just sacked. Not sacked, but you gave up your bishop. So h6, by the way, d6. He went h6. He's like, okay. G6. He puts his bishop on e3. Knight a5. Knight to g3. Who cares about the c4 pawn, it seems? Bishop a6, but he does care. He defends it. And guys, this is very, very interesting position now. So Gukesh's king is in the center. He has launched the pawn to h6, created some dark square weaknesses, and maybe later on he may get an attack. Hikaru, meanwhile, has done the typical thing here that black does in the Nimzo Indian. He's put his bishop here, he's put his knight here, he's putting pressure on c4. He wants to get his rook to c8 and put further pressure. This is actually a perfect opening for rapid play. In classical, I would say that black has got a fine position, but in rapid, white will create play against the king. ET says Gukesh is getting more and more aggressive. That's true. That's true. This is the current position, guys. As you can see on the bottom right of your screen, I have the live board there. And I wanted to just experiment a bit with this view as well. Later on, we could try to get this. Maybe we can have a chessboard here somehow to show what is happening. This is a nice view. What do you think, guys? Okay, let's go back to also the game of Arjun Erigaisi versus Alireza Firouzja. A chessboard in the middle. Oh, nice. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that suggestion, by the way. Very good suggestion by someone in the chat. That's a beautiful suggestion, and I'm going to take it. And yeah, this is great. Look. This is looking good. This is not bad. This is not bad. Something different. Something different. I'll try to create some kind of a setup there. It might look nice. We'll try to make it work. Okay, for now, Hikaru Nakamura taking his time. He's not so sure on how to continue this. No. Everyone's like, no. Chessboard a bit bigger. Okay. We'll. Oh, by the way, look at what he's done. He's gone CD, and he's played his knight to b3, and he's asked Gukesh, what do you want to do? I'm attacking your rook and the pawn on d4. 4 games. 4 games on this. So now, I think Gukesh must go rook b1. But then Hikaru will take this. Gukesh will have to give up his bishop. Otherwise, he's just a pawn down. And then ED. And I think this is perhaps not what Gukesh would have wanted when he went for this. So maybe where Gukesh could have improved his play here was at this point, perhaps, when he could have pushed the pawn to d5. It's a typical position where it's not so easy to know what's the right way. Should you go d5 right now? He wanted to keep the center a little fluid, but then after, I think he just missed that knight b3 is possible here, because if you take here this and still knight b3 could have been possible, but I'm pretty sure that Gukesh would have somehow sacrificed an exchange like this, something like this, and played with this bishop here. So Hikaru Instead of trying to win an exchange, he says, let me just go and pick up this pawn and get rid of this bishop. Okay, meanwhile, let's go to Arjun Erigaisi versus Alireza Firouzja. After we saw until castles, Arjun went a6, rook e1, putting pressure on the e5 pawn, threatening e takes d5. Arjun goes queen d7, bishop b2. Now important that if you take here, I'll take with the knight. You can't really win this pawn for now because what's the problem, guys? What's the problem? Denny Gukesh is not losing. He did play risky chess, but it's not losing. Alireza's camera somehow is not working, guys. Maybe from round 2 it will work. That's the problem. Yes, c3 is hanging. That's the problem. This pawn is hanging. So that's why Alireza says, first let me defend it. And then Arjun took on e4, de, and brought his rook in the center. a4 by Alireza, knight to h5. He's looking to come in here. And also, clearly you can think about taking this. But after queen h5, which is a typical tactic, it doesn't work because b2 is also hanging. So if you take on e5, I'll take on b2 and already black is a piece up. So you can't win here. He goes g3, trying to stop the knight from coming to f4. And now we are waiting once again for Arjun's move. Arjun has 8 minutes 16 seconds, 8 minutes 33 seconds for Alireza Firouzja. Meanwhile, look at the game of Magnus Carlsen against Alexey Sarana. Crazy game by Magnus. He's just playing super aggressive chess. He's got his knight to e6 and he's pushed his pawn to g4. If you take it, then this pawn becomes weak. He can long castle. He can take with his bishop. Whoa, what a nice game here. Magnus Carlsen seems to be just crushing Alexey Sarana. Let's quickly go and check what did Gukesh do after rook b1, knight d4, bishop d4, pawn takes. Gukesh goes queen b2. He's like, I'll take here and I will checkmate you later on g7 on the dark squares. Hikaru says, I'm going rook c8. Your c4 pawn is tremendously weak. I'm attacking with my bishop and the rook. And now Gukesh is thinking he takes the pawn on d4, queen f6. Hikaru immediately offers a trade of queens. Question is, do you trade the queens? I think you do not. You should not, because if you trade the queens, then black has this weakness here. There's a3 which is weak. Guys, how many of you are actually excited to see Alireza Firouzja playing? You know, I think many of you, right? Because Alireza has been off the grid for such a long time. Even I'm excited to see him play. And I hope that he is able to play well. But for now, he's playing against Arjun Erigaisi and we are all rooting for Arjun. But somehow, you know, I could see him on camera when this started. But now his cam is just gone for the time being. So I don't know what happened. I can also, by the way, get something very nice on our screen. That is our subscriber count, because I think we are actually moving up the subscriber count pretty well, and it would be nice to have some kind of aims on that front. Let me just add it here. Yep. Let me. Okay, all good. There you go. Okay, he did not trade it on f6. He went knight to e2 and he wants to take it with the knight. Now a question is, if I take, you take, and you take here, isn't this possible to just win a pawn? Because if you play rook c1, trying to pin here, I'll go b5, and now you can't take here, because if you take, I take on d3 and your rook is hanging on c8, but I can take on b5, and in the end I have two pieces for a rook. So I don't think that would be possible. But he didn't take it. He went queen takes. Yeah, maybe he went knight f6. Yeah, here he's putting pressure. This looks like a pretty good position for Hikaru. No risk of losing, and Gukesh has to be careful here. He has to play carefully. Let's quickly check what Arjun Erigaisi is up to. What Arjun did here is after g3, he put his bishop on h3. And Firouzja played his king to h1. Actually, a very good move here was b5, hitting the knight. And if the knight moves, let's say knight a5, I can go bishop to d5, putting pressure here. Also, maybe looking at the e5 pawn. I think what his idea was that if you play knight e5, this is what Arjun would have calculated, that queen takes d2 is a problem. So, but bishop d5 is not an easy move to miss, because c6, now there is knight e5. I've blocked the d file. So perhaps this is what Alireza missed, and he played king to h1, and Arjun came back knight f6, queen to e2. Yeah, Carlsen is crushing. Carlsen is crushing. Hikaru is always confused, says Hussein. Hikaru is actually not confused. He makes expressions like, what's happening, what's wrong, but he understands, of course, what's happening here. Yeah, the format, by the way, guys, is that this is the quarterfinals, and in the quarterfinals there are three divisions. By the way, there are three divisions. Division 1, this is the quarterfinals. 8 players are playing in Division 1. I believe 16 players are playing in Division 2. And we have the guest of honor joining us. Hello, Amruta Mokal. How are you?
Hi Sagar, I'm great. How's everyone in the chat?
Fantastic.
Guys, I'm not gonna disturb the flow of what's happening, but it does look bishop on g4 pinning that knight. Okay.
Yes, Amruta. Right now it's Alireza Firouzja taking on Arjun Erigaisi, and that's what we are seeing. Alireza, we have been missing him for quite some time.
Maybe he was waiting that he wants to play directly against Arjun as the first opponent. But Sagar, you're back to streaming.
Yes.
Looks good. All good.
All is good. All is well, Amruta. We just celebrated 9 years of our anniversary. So everything's pretty good there. And right now, Amruta, he's gone knight c4. He's attacking the e5 pawn, perhaps, because knight e5, knight e5, knight e5. Also, your queen is hanging. Maybe it doesn't work because knight d7, there's bishop f3 check, and then you take the knight.
But maybe he's actually intending knight e3 and knight f5.
And also knight f5 and knight d5 with the bishop looking here. He goes bishop d6. Arjun playing very solidly. Quickly going to Gukesh's game. Gukesh against Hikaru Nakamura. Amruta, Gukesh in some serious trouble because he lost his c4 pawn and he is a pawn down against Hikaru here.
So the main compensation for him is that h6 pawn, which is going to create some discomfort for the black king.
Yes, the black king looks a little bit boxed in. Also at the same time, the white king is very active, and that could be the compensating part. But for now, Hikaru says, I'm just going to double on the c file. I'm going to give you a check. Your a3 pawn is also weak.
So you think it is not much compensation for Gukesh?
I think that this is not enough because it's not so easy to create play. Perhaps you want to go g4, f5, but then your e5 pawn is hanging. Somewhere you want to try e6. I think Gukesh has to be alert for his chances. Maybe rook c1 first. And let's say, Amruta, if you go rook c1, rook c8, maybe you want to just exchange one pair of rooks, because if you take with the pawn, your king can go up to e4. And if you take rook takes c4, maybe you can continue somehow. I'm not sure how to play here. He's played rook at c1. And by the way, Amruta, this is a 4-game match between Gukesh and Hikaru. So
And also this time the increment is not 10 seconds.
yeah, it's only 3 seconds of increment.
Yeah.
So that will definitely play an important role during time pressure. He's played his rook to c8. You can see Hikaru on the screen, very focused.
Oh.
We also have this very nice view here, which
That's
are
Magnus's
our
house.
viewers
Oh,
didn't
that is
like.
so cool. Acha,
Yeah.
they didn't like.
No, they didn't like.
Why does it happen often that we like something and then they don't like?
Because
I mean, why can't we be in alignment, guys?
because they are of the opinion the board is too small.
Ah,
And maybe we can make the board bigger here. Look at what Hikaru's doing. He's just calculating. I think what he did not like.
मैंने बोला था.
One second,
Yeah, that's
Amrita.
what I say.
He's saying to himself, here's a tactic.
Oh, are you serious? Let's try
Yeah.
to find.
Because knight c5 check,
Mm-hmm.
if you go king d2, you must contend with rook takes c1 and some knight b3 checks or knight e4 checks. So you go king e3.
right.
Let's say knight c5, king e3,
Oops.
king e3, then rook e4 check, and that's what he's calculating. If king f3, d4, Amruta. So that if you play rook takes c5, oh, he goes f6, which is also good. But look at this variation just to finish it.
Yeah,
Knight
finish
c5
that.
check, king here, rook here, king here, d4. Very important move.
With the idea of rook.
If you take,
rook e3 check and knight d3 check. That's your idea.
correct, and you cannot
If you go king
take
f2.
rook c5 because rook e3 intermezzo and then I take back.
Nice.
So this was possible, but he goes f6, which is also a nice move. I think Gukesh in big trouble here. Will he be able to hold Hikaru? That's the question. And going quickly to Arjun Erigaisi's game against Alireza Firouzja. Arjun, after king g2, has gone b5, ab, ab.
Looks decent. Now knight e3.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, you don't want to take the bishop, right? Or do you? Knight d6.
Yeah, knight d6, Amruta. But the problem is that after cd6, Arjun is very happy. Look at the bishop on b2. It's boxed in. Also, you have strengthened your center. Your bishop is spinning here. You
Yeah.
can't go h3. So all looking good for Arjun. He shouldn't take. He should go knight e3 with your idea of kicking the bishop, entering d5 or f5. And Alireza is only 3 minutes 38 seconds. Meanwhile, Amruta,
Yeah.
Magnus Carlsen has completely crushed Alexey Sarana in game number 1. Magnus is currently in Canada. He is playing from the house of Chess Bras. Knight a3. I just didn't get this move, Amruta. Why did he not go knight e3? What is the reason? What is it that he didn't like? Maybe what he didn't like is bishop h5, keeping the pin, and then e4 is hanging. And
But
perhaps,
knight f5, then what?
I don't know, maybe he didn't like knight e7. I think he chose knight a3 over knight e3 because he wants to attack the b5 pawn.
So that means right now knight b5 is a threat.
Yes.
How do you deal with it? Is
He went
the
rook
question.
b8. Simple move, defending here. And I think this is what Alireza missed. He thought that he can attack here. But guys, this is a blunder. Can you find it? What is the problem here? Amruta, why that laughter? Why that cheeky laughter?
Because I thought I got the answer.
You got it.
So I thought it's kind of obvious. Why are you asking your chat? You know, your chat is an intellectual being. So, you know, you have to trust them.
Okay, let's see what our chat has come up with, Amruta.
They would all not miss at all, and they would not suggest any other move other than bishop f3.
But everyone went bishop f3, which is not the best move.
Oh, really?
Because it's okay. I mean, I understand you want to take here. If queen takes the b5
Yeah,
hanging,
king f3, I thought queen h3.
a queen h3 or queen g4 take here and then take on b5. That's also completely winning.
What are you
Piece
saying?
up.
This is not the right move.
No, but you can actually invert the move order, and that's why the right move given by Mistadam Divyanshu.
Inshara, Devanshi, Fast, Govinda, Aradhya, Aditya.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And the point is,
Smart
you can
guys.
actually, instead of taking on f3, first start with rook b5. If queen b5, now you go bishop f3. If he takes here, you can go knight d4 check and win the queen.
No, how did we miss this?
It's the time to discover.
What I just said was the chat is an intellectual being.
Yes, they are.
What
but
does it mean?
they are only as intellectual as you. You also thought this was the answer.
It's like, you see it and you're like, Arey, kya yaar? Obviously, what are you asking me? That kind of a thing.
And Amrita,
That was
after
Sagar fooled us, guys. Sagar fooled us. That's it.
if you can't win b5, you've just actually not, your position is not so great. And now knight
Right.
e7, he went knight to g5, and now
There is no... Okay, maybe he saved himself from bishop f3 ideas.
Yeah,
for
but
now.
what
But
is-
what if h6?
yeah, the point about h6,
Do
I
you have any
believe,
tactic like knight f7 or something?
I think he wants to go h3. That's what Firouzja wants to do. He wants to insert this move.
Oh, that's smart.
Okay, let's quickly check what Gukesh is up to. Gukesh in big trouble after f6. What? So many moves happened. King f6, and I think Gukesh is 2 pawns down. Actually, it went this, takes, and I think Hikaru is just a monster at converting plus positions. And knight endgame, he's 2 pawns down. So this is losing. Beautiful move played by Arjun. Queen c8. That was the best move according to the engine, Amrita.
Wow, that's
Bishop
a tough
c8.
one. What's the idea?
The idea is to just make a square for the bishop. It's like saying to your bishop that, look, my dear son, daughter, whatever, just come back home. We have a nice bed waiting for you with nice macaroons.
So
and
are they saying, the parents are
toast.
saying that you can sleep as much as you want?
No,
you don't
you've
have
done
to
your
study,
job.
nothing.
You got a good job
Acha,
here
MS
now.
karke from USA they're coming back, yeah?
Yeah, now just
Like a very
relax for a bit. And the main point is that h3 or f3, you come here, then kick the knight away, and the knight suddenly has nowhere to go.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
So Queen c8, and for now Arjun Erigaisi is in the driver's seat. Look at Firouzja's time. He has just 21 seconds left.
But we don't have Firouzja, yeah? On the screen.
Firouzja is somehow, his camera doesn't seem to be working. Meanwhile, Magnus Carlsen has won his game. So that's good news for all Magnus fans. F4, Amrita, that's a huge
What is he
mistake.
trying to see, by the way?
It's a huge mistake by Firouzja.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Is the
it's-
knight getting trapped?
Great move. Because now if you go back knight f3, then I can take, and knight g6, and all of a sudden everything's just unraveling. And if you play e5,
exactly.
I mean, you can have many ways. Knight h5, knight f4 is hanging.
What? 1 second. It's not as simple as it looks. There's
No,
a
Amrita,
fork
knight
there.
h5, knight f4 is very powerful. And also, the other thing is that you can take here, and you can also go and sacrifice stuff like bishop e5, knight h4 check, winning the queen.
Oh,
It
7
just-
seconds for Firouzja, by
yeah,
the way.
let's go. By the way, he goes after this ef, gf, bishop here, king here, queen g4. He's threatening a mate in one. So rook g1 played, queen takes f4, and now Firouzja is just
There
lost.
is no mate on h2. Okay,
Amrita, knight g4.
Queen f4.
Knight f2 mate. Knight f2 mate.
That is something you should have asked your intellectual chat.
Yeah, but let's see if he can.
Because they would have captured the queen.
I know, Amrita, right
I-
now, but there is only 6 seconds left,
Well,
and I
he's
thought.
saying, I know. Obviously, he should say no, Amrita. Chat would have found knight f2. Wow, but that is such an elegant mate.
It's a
Later on, you
beautiful
have
mate.
to show it.
Yeah,
for
it's a beautiful
sure.
mate, because now if knight g4, if you take the queen, beautiful checkmate there.
Oh.
But let's see what Arjun comes up with. You can see Arjun tremendously calm. He is wearing his quant box shirt, hoodie. He goes knight g4, finds it.
Wow. What a position we have on the board.
Beautiful.
Nakamura likes Arjun's move. That's why he did this, it seems.
And Amrita, it went queen e2 now. And then after queen takes e4, bishop c1. What a nice move, yeah?
deflection,
Queen
yeah?
e4.
Still, you cannot
You
capture
can't
the queen.
take knight f2 mate.
People love the mate. This
And the queen cannot be taken, it's just sitting there.
Bishop c2. Now, Sagar.
Now you need to move the queen. Yeah, he goes queen c6. Again, the best move.
Oh, that is such an irritating pin, right? For that knight. C4. Complete desperation.
Now rook
Nothing
e8,
to-
Amruta. Because you just move the queen away.
Yeah. Queen
It
has to
brings
go
the
to
other
D2.
rook.
Whereas.
And Firouzja resigns. Arjun Erigaisi wins.
Well done, Arjun.
Point number 1 to Arjun. He gets up, he goes away. He's like, job done. Let's go to the game of Gukesh versus Hikaru Nakamura.
Oh, that's a night ending there, and
Guys, Alireza Firouzja hasn't played much chess recently, and I think that showed. Arjun clearly dominated that game, but it's a 4-game match, so don't go away. There's still a lot of chess to be played. Meanwhile, Hikaru, just look at him calculating, Amruta. He's like, okay, how should I win? Knight a6. He's planning to go b4. No, these two knights are dancing, Amruta, with each other. So I go b4.
And Hikaru as well.
Hikaru. Then I come here, I want to block. This knight comes here, he wants to unblock. You'll see knight c5. But then the knight will come back.
I mean, Hikaru is maybe one of the most expressive guys in
Yeah, he,
chess.
you know, Amruta, he loves to stream. And I think when you stream a lot, you do become expressive.
I think all men can learn from him, yeah, how to be more expressive. Men have to say about that.
And I think it's time to resign. Gukesh resigns. Hikaru nods his head. Feels a bit relieved. It's a good start for Hikaru. And it's a good start for Arjun. Let's update the scores, Amruta.
Yes, please. But really, it's tremendous, yeah, Arjun, the way he still has to beat Alireza, no matter what, even if Alireza is playing after such a long time.
Yeah.
He showed, like, yes, you playing after a long time. That's what he... I think, now my question to you, Sagar, after the first game, how much do you think Alireza will bounce back? Because we have seen him, that kind of a guy who loses and gets more energy.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to bounce back here. Amruta, the thing is, in this format, if you lose, you're not out of the tournament yet. You go
Right,
into the
that's-
losers bracket.
That's true, but the point is if you lose again,
Yes.
then it's definitely a very tough
Because
match.
it's a 4-game
Correct.
match, and if you go down for and no, but also I'm saying even if you lose the entire match, it's not the end of the road for you.
हाँ, that's true. It's still like 4 game, मतलब एक ही मैच हो जाता है ना.
नहीं, ये मैच भी हार गए तुम, like आज 2.5 points से. Then you go into the losers bracket, then you play there, and then you can still reach to the top. Something, it's a very,
It's a, yeah.
it's quite a complicated format, guys, and I think we will get used to it because there are going to be 6 editions of Champions Chess Tour, not just one.
By the way, Soham's asked, should have been 10 seconds increment.
I agree.
It's totally unfair for quality chess. Players like Hikaru would have lost 15 plus 10.
I'm not sure if Hikaru would have lost or something. He's so good. And by the way, look at Gukesh there. He's sitting there. He's trying to figure out what needs to be done. He definitely needs to get back his form here. And there we have the scores have been updated.
And by the way, just in between, Sagar, Rohit Boop says Harika is defeating Koschenuk, who is on 4 out of 4. That's a great update there.
Let us look at that game because that is very important, Amruta.
Prasad says Sagarji reminds me of my maths teacher. He would ask a question with one answer, turn to the class and say, "What are your answers?" That's I agree with you.
Okay. Oh, by the way, that's huge actually. And here we are looking at the game of Harika playing against Alexandra Koschenyuk.
And actually, Sagar, so many people are aware of that in the chat about Harika.
Yes.
So that's a great thing. Yeah, they're following everything. They're updated.
They are following a very important event, Amruta. It's the women's Grand Prix. And Harika is playing against Koschenyuk, who is on 4 out of 4. And Harika has 4 draws. She's on 2 out of 4.
Okay. So
and Humpy is on 2.5 out of 4. She's also winning today against Nana Zagnidze. Look at this. Humpy with the black pieces.
Ah,
Is a pawn up. Has the rooks nicely
great position.
positioned
Yeah.
here. Guys, this tournament is very important. The candidate, this is the Grand Prix, because the one who wins the Grand Prix manages to qualify for the next candidates. Not this one. This is still in progress. Women's cycle is a little bit sort of messed up, I would say. But that's how it's going to be. Meanwhile, Amruta, look at Gukesh and Hikaru there on your screen. Very, very focused. And we also have Alexey Sarana there. Alexey Sarana, very, very talented player from Russia. He's facing
Smith-Shah
Carlsen.
says, just look at 16-year-old young Gukesh. He recently played classical against Carlsen, Fabi, Anish, so, and now in CCT he plays against Kramnik, Nepo, Naka, and many more. Great learnings.
Absolutely.
Remalaya, thank you so much. For
And
wishing
did
us.
you guys see his interview on Chessbase India? Gukesh's
Oh.
interview, because I think it was a fantastic interview. The reason why I say so is because Gukesh was so positive about his results. You know, he not even once did he mention, oh, I lost or something. You know, it was more like he was happy with the learnings, Amruta. So please do check it
Yeah, I
out.
think these interviews are really a charm in itself, which
I enjoy
how
them a
they
lot.
think, what was going on, what
Yes.
were we thinking when they were playing. So, it's great if you have watched a live stream, especially very useful. Shashank says it's a similar format, wrestling, rowing, and some other sports too. Losing a match and then coming up through what's called repecharge. Repecharge. I'm not sure how it's pronounced.
Acha. Got it. Repash. I have heard that word.
Yeah. Acha, that word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Repashe or something. I don't know.
So after 8 minutes only it will start, no? Like every time. Every time it used to start at 10:30.
Yes,
The
I
game.
think so. Well, maybe it will start sooner because the
Ah,
time is
because the
less.
time is yes,
Yes.
absolutely
And because
possible.
the first round started a bit late.
Hmm.
So that's why it should start now anytime.
Prague, no, Prague is not here. No, not in this tournament.
But Amruta, see what's happening in Harika game is that after e4 you cannot take because the rook is hanging, and otherwise if you play anything else,
Bishop G. Let's say just a
bishop
simple move. Bishop
g6.
G6. What are you going to do?
I think one of the things that I was wondering is, can I take here, b takes c6, but then you might take back with the rook, and then I can win this pawn,
Yeah.
like after rook c6, queen c6. So that might be the easiest way to sort of play here, take, and then take this. I'm pawn up,
But
but there is rook
advice.
d5 possible. So maybe I can try and just keep this pin. Maybe put the bishop here. I think
You
white
have
is,
double bishop
yeah.
actually. It's good. It's great. So,
Also bishop at 6, not to forget, Amruta. If the queen stops
oh,
protecting the knight, if you
nice.
go here, I can go like take, and take this. So that does seem like a tactic to watch out for.
So if Harika is able to beat Kostyanov, it's going to be an amazing result
Yeah.
there. And also it becomes tougher.
And it also started off with the exchange Slav, which is what is interesting, the opening.
Oh, the queen on a3.
I think Harika is a big expert in this. Maybe the mistake is to play here castles. She should have taken takes, pawn takes, and knight takes. This is how should have played, but she went castles, and now this she just has this weakness, and it's just completely, I mean, terrible position for black.
So she actually outplayed Kostyuk from opening. Her opening preparation was really good. Okay,
Correct.
that's wonderful.
Okay, Amruta, maybe time for game number 2 perhaps to
By the way,
start.
but Abhinav reminds that Kostyuk is escaping like Houdini in this tournament. Was much worse in the last game against Dan. So, yeah.
Possible, but I don't think Harika will let this one slip. She's too, like, she has huge advantage.
Have the game started?
Not yet. You can see
Okay, but they are
Arjun.
all on the board, yeah?
Hmm.
By the way, Arjun also has his chess set.
Yes.
Wow, that's cool.
But I'm a bit sad that we are not able to see Alireza Firouzja. By the way,
Yeah.
Amruta, in Division 2, we also have a few of our Indian players playing. Just so that people would know there's another division. And in that we have a match between... Oh, by the way, good news.
Oh, nice.
Alireza Firouzja there,
Wow.
looking sharp with his beard and all.
Very different look, yeah? It's like you actually feel, yes, you're looking at him after a long time. You're seeing him after a long time.
Yes. And Amrita, Raunak Sadhwani is playing against Yu Yangi in the Division 2, and Yu Yangi won against Raunak, and Diptayan Ghosh is playing against Fabiano Caruana, and Diptayan lost. So these are the two Indians playing in Division 2.
Right. Maybe the easier way to feel or to relate with is Sagar in schools. We used to have Division A, Division B, Division C. Generally in Division A, there used to be all the intelligent people.
They used to be
Unnecessarily
toppers.
considered intelligent
Toppers.
Which division were you?
A always, Amrita.
Hard time. Okay. By the way, Siddharth Rana, member for 26 months and pillar of Indian chess says, Hi Sagar and Amrita, how are you? It's been not even 30 minutes since I returned back from India.
Oh.
You must be jet lagged, by the way. Saw an Instagram post reminding me of this tournament beginning today, and I was pumped. Oh my god, Siddharth. That is true love for chess.
That is true.
Amazing. Great. But I'm sure while watching it, how much ever the position is going to be interesting, you might fall off to sleep. But if any game keeps you awake, please do write to us. Which game kept you awake?
Nice, Amrita. You have such good jokes today. How are you in such good mood?
What? You're appreciating my jokes?
Yeah.
Aha.
What's wrong with you?
Okay, what's wrong with you, Sagar? No, I'm just very excited. But, look at Magnus, how he's sitting over there. Has Magnus cut his hair, by the way, Sagar?
By the way, Hikaru just left the room. He's like,
I don't want to hear Amrita's jokes.
no. He's like they're delaying it too much or something on those lines.
But Alireza has actually grown beard, yeah? He's looking different.
He's grown up. He's now 19 years old.
So this round we have, can you repeat Arjun versus?
Same.
Acha, same. Oh, shit. I forgot. Oh.
We can update the scores here for our people who are just joining in.
And what were the results of other games today?
Magnus won.
Yeah, Magnus won. Did Magnus play against Sarana even in World Rapid, right?
He lost.
Yeah, that was a blunder.
No, not blunder.
Then?
That was Artemiev. He was outplayed cleanly.
Guys, do check out Magnus versus Sarana game from World Rapid and Blitz. Is Nihal playing? No, not here. Not in this division.
No, he's not playing this event. I think he gave it a skip. Prag was playing, but he's in Division 3. He didn't qualify to the first division. I think the games have begun. You can see from their expressions, Amruta.
Then let's go.
Yeah.
What are you? Why are you looking at their expressions and not starting?
I don't know because maybe the game
It's not yet updated or what? Maybe people can also help us. Naveen, they cannot take help because there are anti-cheating measures. So yeah.
for what?
Yes, what happens if someone takes others' help in the game?
No, you can't do
They
that.
can't. They can't do that.
Oh, I think Amruta game has not started.
Okay. Then it's fine.
Or maybe it has. I don't know.
How can Prag and Ronak are playing like right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Raunak is in Division 2, Prague is in Division 3.
HS Sahin, member for 13 months, backer of
Sneha
Indian
Shish.
chess. Oh, acha.
Arey, what?
Yeah.
So old thing which I went. This happened to me some 1 year ago.
I'm late. He had blundered, had no safe place for his bishop.
Yes, exactly that game.
What's okay?
Sarana Magnus.
Ah.
Oh no, game.
Oh yeah. So that was a blunder.
Amruta,
Oh,
games
games
have
have started. And look at those 4 pawns.
This is Magnus
Bhai bhai
Sarana.
lag raha hai.
This is let's go to Gukesh's game versus Hikaru. Amruta, Gukesh is playing with the
So
black
many
pieces.
Let's
If you can just take through the game, I'll just come in a
What do
second.
you want? What do you want?
No, nothing.
Okay, let me take you through the game. Opening looks unusual,
Ratty,
of course,
ratty.
Ratty. Ratty. But the center, Gukesh is having full control of the center. I think the bishop on g6 is something white will capture and have double bishop advantage at the right time. But it's going on c4, not a very happy move for white. Gukesh is actually happy to commit. He castles over here, but he could have considered a move like d4, which doesn't look very easy to play when the king is in the center. Okay, guys, why is d4 a good move? Can anybody tell me? And why is ed4 a blunder? Very quickly, we don't have much time. अरे क्या बात है Yes, Shaibi, Mista, Mehetwa, Shrini, you are right. Knight f4 is very powerful here. Basically, knight d3 check is coming and you will lose this bishop. So, yeah, but Gukesh castled over here. Knight takes g6, h takes g6 and h4. Looks scary for a while with the rook on h1, Sagar. There is h5 happening and the king is on g8. But the evaluation bar really loves the position for black.
It just seems like colors reversed. Just the way in which Gukesh played in game number 1 is how Hikaru is playing in game number 2. He's just going all out for the attack. But I think black is very solidly positioned here with the center control and it doesn't look bad.
So the most important advantage you are saying for black, is it the center?
Yes. And also, Amruta, a very important point to note here is that instead of h4, if he had gone g5,
then knight g5.
The pawn is hanging.
Sorry,
so his idea is h4, g5,
no,
and
but g5 then knight h5 is a.
So block. Now if let's say g5,
knight h5, I thought.
Knight h5, now cd, cd, and I'll take bishop takes d5, and I'm a pawn up.
But
once again, but so here's my question to the viewers: what is a good move for black here?
Acha, over here itself.
Yes, here itself instead of knight h5.
Which one? Okay, they're all finding one move, which does look good.
Yes, this is absolutely right, Amruta. Knight to f4. And this is the point, because after take, Gukesh has opened up the rook against the queen. So that is a brilliant answer given by
Mistadam, Soothing Melody, Unity, XYZ, NSG, Santosh, Prakhar, Shubhi, Tushar, Shritij, and Shahuraj. Vikas Jha is saying if Gukesh beats Hikaru, somehow it would be such a moral booster for him.
Something happened.
Oh my god, wow! That's really a lot of pressure on Hikaru. What are his expressions like? Why is he so cool and calm? In fact,
I don't know. He's just he's almost lost here
absolutely.
because
So, firstly, what are the ideas which are coming to your mind? Because definitely you don't want to take here,
why
right?
don't
Like knight g2, queen g2. Your knight was so beautifully placed, so you don't want to take here.
okay.
Okay, that's one thing. But the threat is it?
Oh, he
What?
took.
Oh, he
He
took.
took. No, Amruta, it was most natural. But let's say if you played knight 6 h5.
Yeah, this is hanging. So either you will, I
Now
don't
let's
know,
put on
knight
h5. If you
h5,
take ef4,
ef4, check. It's a blunder
yeah, it's winning for what?
because you're simply a piece down. That maybe that's the reason.
But you take with the knight
Oh, this
and you
is
just say,
tough. Yeah, what should I say?
I'm just giving up a piece
I
because
can
my
only say
knight,
I'm a piece down. What's the compensation here?
I'm attacking here, I'm attacking here. Rook is well placed. I can pop my queen out. I can push the pawn in front.
Let me ask you one question.
Yeah.
Suppose I just go, don't get shot, long castle.
It's possible. It's possible. And I
I
think
mean, just show me or tell me my compensation. I understand it is the piece activity, but is it like a slow compensation you're saying?
I think the main idea is queen e7 hitting here, and my knight on f4 is an absolute beast.
Oh, so you are saying the main thing is the queen cannot move because it has to support the d3.
Yeah.
The bishop, it also has to protect. And because the queen is so passive that, and your a3 cannot be saved. This was tough one, yeah. But if this Gukesh would have found, it would have been epic. It wasn't so easy. You are absolutely right that maybe knight g2 feels more natural, but then he loses the advantage, Sagar.
That's why
That's
Gukesh.
why Nakamura was also
Yeah,
there. He
exactly.
was also looking at this idea.
Right. And now Hikaru can
Oh.
take. But I don't think he can snatch this pawn, because if he does it and attacks here, the black queen will enter and attack this. So for now, Hikaru is thinking about what to do. Let's quickly go to Firouzja versus Arjun,
Yeah.
because something interesting has happened there, Amruta. They have played the London system.
Oh,
And-
London is our chat's favorite, I can say.
Yeah, one of the favorite openings in the world of chess. Arjun, so Firouzja nahi, Arjun played the London.
I know.
So e5, knight c4, he took a5, rook c1, knight d5, and oh, look at Arjun, so sharp.
Bishop d6. Oh,
He plays this.
isn't he winning? Ah, he's getting two pieces for a
Rook
rook.
and 2 pawns.
He's giving, I mean, yeah.
I like Arjun's position, Amrita.
So basically, I want to go rook c7, which I can't right now. There is
Yeah.
this, but which means that I have to try to see whether e4 is going to be.
But e4, queen e4 is coming in.
So maybe queen d3.
Yeah.
But then you have knight. Wow, that's a very interesting decision for material imbalance which Arjun has taken, yeah?
Absolutely. And this one does look good for white because, Amrita, all the pieces are well placed. The rook can enter. The knight is looking on a good square. I can try to get my central pawns rolling.
Ah, that plan I like. Rook e1 and e4.
Yeah.
That looks great. But he goes queen b3 here.
As our
Maybe he
chat
wants to
says,
double.
Aradhya Bansal, fearless chess by Arjun. Yeah, a very good question here. Very good point is that Nihal is actually playing in Amruta Bundesliga right now.
Oh,
Over the
wow.
board, classical chess.
Okay. With whom is he playing? Today was there around.
I don't know. I have to check, but he is going there.
Got it. Okay. Let's go. Can you keep Nakamura's position right now?
Okay.
Because that was something. The 2-3 moves would be critical. I
Oh,
feel,
he's taken.
at that
Amruta,
point.
the thing
Oh,
was,
he took. So,
after take, he didn't take directly. He went rook c1 first, asking Gukesh to move.
okay.
And after queen e7, he now takes it. And Hikaru is now a pawn up. The only compensation for Gukesh is that the king is in the center. Will he manage to take advantage of this fact? Binod 14 says, Sagar bhai, I think the tournament matchups about who plays who were manipulated. This is unfair. Why? They wanted Alireza, Magnus, Hikaru, Wesley not to face each other and manually. Really? I don't think so. I believe, I did not check, but I think I'm not so sure. I was not aware, maybe, but we'll think. I'll check it out. By the way, Amruta, here Queen e7, Queen d5, Bishop a3 pawn won by Gukesh takes, and now Hikaru is like Queen c5, Gukesh, trade the queens because you are essentially a piece down.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, actually, the knight has no way to come in the game. Goodness. This is completely flipped, right? And as we've observed Nakamura whole time in the game, he's never been under pressure.
Yeah, he's looking so confident right now. Because Amruta, this knight cannot come back here, cannot come back here, cannot go here, cannot go here. It's trapped.
Yeah.
So essentially, Gukesh is playing almost a piece down. So for example, if I take, you take, and I go king e2, bringing the other rook in, you're almost like you will have to play for some tricks.
Correct. No, maybe I'll go rook b4 here because it's not easy for you to move that to h1 rook when your h4 is weak. Maybe that is one compensation. Play rook b4. Yeah. How are you going to progress? Rook b2. You're never going to move those f2 and e3 pawns.
No, I never. And I'll play rook b4. I'll get my knight here.
Oh.
It's just going to be horrible. Look at this.
The only
Hikaru goes king e2 directly. He's like, even if you take here, I'll go rook b1 and I'll snatch this pawn.
That's a bit sad, yeah. For sure.
That is not good. That's not good news. Meanwhile, Rauf Mamedov has a nice position. Okay, he's exchanged down against Wesley, but the first game ended in a draw. So he's fighting very well against Wesley. So, and oh my god, Alireza is blundered.
Such a great position.
Alireza is blundered, Amruta. He goes rook c8.
1 second, let me find it. Let the chat find it. Maybe you can clear the.
But I don't even know how exactly, but the engine says it's a big blunder, guys. Can you figure out why is this a blunder?
It for sure seems like something to do with the pin, or no? No, actually it doesn't.
Oh my god. I think it's straightforward. Arjun should find it. There is Arjun. He's thinking he should be able to find this one. So Amruta.
So nothing. No, you just. I mean.
Let's see our chat.
Let's see the chat. Yeah, but on a simple basis. पहले का था maybe not clear. E4 they have suggested.
E4. No,
But
so
I thought rook c8, queen c8 and e4.
yes, first rook
Because if
c8.
you directly
No, but
play e4,
Amruta,
it's a mistake, right?
start with a stronger move. E4 is good.
Okay.
But now you can do a. Here is the question, guys. White to play. What's the powerful move here for white? And Amruta, it's very important to take here because he can't take with the bishop. His knight would hang. So he has to take with the queen. And now is a very important move. By the way, he's taken. And no, he's not taken. He's not taken.
Powerful move.
You can see Alireza is a little bit not in his element, right? Yes, this is where. Oh, Arjun plays directly e4. He didn't find it here.
What was the powerful move, Sagar?
The powerful move was dropping the bishop back, attacking here. You can't move the knight, and if you even if you defend it like this way, now e4, and this is hanging. So all those who gave this, look at our chat.
Yeah, Pushkar, Italian, Prithviraj, Nirvan, Aradhya, Mehetwa, Mandar, Shanti, Vaibhav, Krish. क्या बात है? The problem with bishop c4 was it was a backward move, and all the time you were trying to be alert for bishop d7 से कुछ आ रहा है क्या? So you kind of miss it. Yeah, I missed it, Sagar.
And also, Amruta, now these central pawns are strong, but the way in which we saw that line was stronger. Arjun went directly e4. He did not trade on c8. He plays here. Now knight comes to f4.
Oh, but look at the center, right? It's beautiful for white, and I don't even understand how black is still in the game.
But Amruta, now if I take on c1, you may, if you take with the rook, then e4 is hanging with the queen. And look at this line.
If I have to take with the queen, then
take.
Oh, your d7 is hanging by the way.
Yes, but my knight
there is
e2
a
and
problem.
this is a fork. So let's say if I take here, there is already knight e2 check.
Correct. No, you have to be constantly alert for tricks and tactics, yeah, over here.
But g5 played by Alireza, which was not the most accurate move. And let's see what Arjun does here. h4 seems in. No, he's thinking.
Achha.
Let's go to Gukesh's game.
Yes.
And Gukesh has in some way managed to get his knight into the game by winning that h4 pawn. But Nakamura's pieces are just so active now and it's looking very difficult. Look at these two rooks. On the 7th heaven with the knight looking here.
This one was definitely hard for Gukesh because he really had amazing position, Sagar. And at one point in the opening, he had a great idea also.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah. And Amruta, if I go rook a8 here, I think this is a very cool idea. Check.
What? Knight g7?
And then knight f6 and I win this. So that
sometimes I am like hoping, like you said, this is a cool idea, and then it's like a blunder.
Yes.
And then it's
oh, by the way, h4
we have 1884 people in the chat, by the way, Sagar. Jo normally I think maximum people have that level right now of the rating.
Yeah. In 1984 is the book we have at home.
Ah, right. h4 was played. How you deal with this? g5, bishop f6? No,
because you can't play g4. Your knight will
yeah,
hang.
this is a problem. So maybe
rook
actually
c1.
h4 is a good move. Rook c1, I'll just go queen c1.
Yeah.
Maybe you will go bishop f6 here. Oops, sorry. Blunder.
Queen c7, I think it's just over.
Okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Magnus Carlsen seems to be in some trouble or what?
No, he's black. Oh, yeah.
He's rook up. Look at this.
So right now he's losing. Rook a8.
Yeah, rook a4 is that.
7. And with the idea of knight b7. He will have to be a little.
Magnus is fine because rook up. Oh, by the way, good move by Alireza. Taking here, asking a question to Arjun, should you take with the rook or the queen? Taking with the rook would be a big mistake because of queen e4, and I believe Arjun must take with the queen. Meanwhile, yeah, he takes on.
Now is important. How Alireza is going to defend a g5 pawn, Sagar. I'm kind of not getting a good idea there. Like f6 looks so horrible. Then we saw bishop f6 is not really a great idea. Is it knight e6? But then you're worried about d5. Does it not look already in a way losing material?
Queen d8 perhaps.
Yeah, but queen d8, I was just thinking that if takes, knight takes, queen takes. I don't have time for this.
There's a mate on g2. But you can start with bishop d7. But then d4
then
would have.
You want to not give this bishop immediately. So
I think queen d8 is a very good move.
It also stops queen c7. So Alireza in a way has to find queen d8 here.
Yeah. He plays queen e6, which is also, Amruta, not a bad idea. Because he's planning to go here and start creating play.
And that is typical Alireza, in fact.
He takes on g5.
But queen g4 now?
Queen g4, I think he wants to go g3. And if you play queen f3, queen f4.
Okay, got it. But he is thinking it means...
Yeah, and rook g1 played by Gukesh against Hikaru Nakamura, and Hikaru taking his time to figure out what is the best way to finish off his young opponent. This time rook g7 doesn't work, Amruta, because knight f6, there's no fork. The rook has just moved away.
Yeah. What was that quote? River. You're not the same man.
Yes, you're not the same. No man is ever the same man who crosses the river twice. For the river is not the same and the man is not. Okay, but anyway, Amruta, g3 did happen. Queen has come in. So queen, he did play queen g4. g3 attacking the f3 knight. He goes knight h3 check. And now he must take hg. Here's the key point, Amruta. If you take here, that's a huge mistake.
Queen. Okay.
Because you can take, and at the very least, take here.
No. Queen c8 check and queen d7, I thought.
No, knight could go back, no?
But then queen h3 is also there. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. And after g4 is a big threat.
So what you showed g6?
Yeah, first take this, attack the bishop, and then you have the same idea.
Okay, got it.
So he took h5. Good move by Alireza Firouzja. And now it's very tactical position, Amruta, because if you play bishop d7, I can take back with the queen. The knight on h3 is defended. Knight h2 looks like a great idea because now I'm attacking your queen, and then this is also under pressure.
Oh wait, bishop e4 is a check, right?
Yeah, bishop e4 is forced. No. And then I play f3. And you have to lose a piece.
Yeah, so you cannot play bishop e4. That's a simple move there actually, f3. Yeah, you're right.
It's getting very sharp.
Because says Hikaru is such a bluff master when it comes to facial expression.
Oh, he finds it. He plays knight h2. Bishop e4, f3. Arjun playing brilliant chess.
Bishop e4 as well.
Because Amruta, there was no other move.
Achha.
If you had gone back queen e6 to defend this, then I can just push d5 and your queen is overloaded. Can't defend both the knights. So
anyway, this is the best way for Alireza to continue. So Arjun is playing tremendously. By the way, Arjun has 2 minutes and Alireza has 5.5 minutes. I don't know how much of it is going to become a factor.
Very much. It might become a big factor.
Because now we have only 3-second increment. f3. Yeah, Alireza also looks much calm, right?
But why is he thinking? He's thinking about knight f4 first. Oh,
does he have perpetual knight f4?
Oh, he didn't play f3, Amruta. He played rook e4. And this might not be the best way to continue because now after queen d4, the position is equal.
After all the middle game drama, we are reaching simplification.
I think he just felt that after take knight f4, Arjun didn't like this position because he thought it's a perpetual. But here he is exchange up and he is fighting for the win. But after this, it doesn't look like Arjun is in the driver's seat anymore. It seems like more equal type position.
Yes. Yeah, this one is a little hard for sure to get any advantage. Aradhya Bansal says after a good month of classical chess, Blitz feels very refreshing and fun.
Nice. Yeah, rapid actually.
Oh, look at this. Slightly
Gukesh
Gukesh
is
has
back.
fought back.
Gukesh is back. Also, Gukesh's
Wow.
rooks are now getting active. If he's able to swindle Hikaru, that would be epic. Also, you can
Oh,
see.
yeah, that would be great. Can that really happen?
Yeah, quite possible, Amruta. This is quite
No, but
possible.
with the knight on f7 and white's rook on b7. I mean, Hikaru might, give some chances, but he cannot mess this up. He won't mess
He's
this up.
shaking his head. He's shaking his head. Because look, Amruta, here's the idea. You go knight f5. Okay? And yes, he can take on f6. But all of a sudden, I give you a check. Then you must come up. Okay? And now I play this very, very
Smart move,
smart idea, it seems.
which
is
we should
here.
find. Okay, we were not asked to find because he doesn't believe all of us are smart.
No, but Amruta, this is unbelievable.
Okay, he's
Because-
also not smart. Yeah.
Because the king cannot come up.
So,
And my threat is knight h4, king back and mate, rook a2.
oh, you're mating too. You
Yeah, I'm
threatening
threatening knight
mating too.
h4, king e2 and rook a2 mate.
So, in order to stop that,
Oh,
I
he
need to
finds
create.
knight h5. Great move by Gukesh. Will Hikaru fall into some kind of a trap? Oh, he takes on f6. Now
He
check.
falls. He
No,
falls.
it's not a trap yet. It's not a trap. He has to give this check. He has to give this check, and after king f3, find rook a4, which is
Oh,
very
that's
important.
tough. That's tough.
Because what
man,
Hikaru
Sarana.
has thought is that after check, he's thought that king e4 and he's totally winning.
Correct.
His rook is very well placed. He's threatening this check, perhaps this check here. Everything seems good for him.
Correct. Oh,
But can Gukesh find it?
look at Hikaru.
And meanwhile, here Arjun seems
I
to
think
be.
Hikaru has seen it because he was slightly disappointed. Oh my god. No, but Sagar, rook a4 is difficult, I feel. Because knight f5 is still natural.
No,
you
no,
still
no, no,
want
no.
to give a check and all
No,
of
no,
this
he
looks
will-
natural.
he will
But to
find
keep the rook on a4,
He might think about playing knight h4, Amruta, with the idea of
rook
mate.
a2 mate. Yes, correct.
That could
Which
be.
also won't work according to the.
But then
Bar.
he'll try to get out from here. So it's a very important moment. I think knight h4 is what Gukesh might do.
That's
Rook
more
a2
practical.
is very, very accurate because first you force him to come to f3, then you get back so that his king cannot go from here, d2 to c3.
Oh, this is interesting. I
Yeah.
mean, even the opportunity which is there on the board. 2 minutes for such a move, such an idea like rook a4.
But
How are 2 minutes? It's not Maggie, Sagar. It's not a Maggie idea for sure.
yeah, it's a tough one. It's like more like
It's a
a.
biryani idea. Dum biryani, in fact. Oh, that's cool. What if we give every tactic some food name today?
Mm,
Hmm?
yeah.
Not interested.
Oh, he goes rook f8.
Oh, that's absolutely gone.
Yeah,
For what reason that's
he
absolutely
didn't
gone?
find it. He didn't find that idea, which was very important. And now I think Hikaru has things under control.
Yeah. No, it was definitely hard for 2 minutes.
Yeah. So now let's go back to Arjun's game. By the way, Arjun got the
Oh,
advantage
again,
back
once again.
because after this queen g5, knight c5 was played, knight g4, all was okay. Knight e6, queen f5, and now queen d1, a mistake. Bishop c4 played because queen d1, Amruta, I don't know what was his idea. I think his plan was he wanted to give some checks here, But f1 is protected by the
That
bishop.
is made, no, not made.
And
Queen
h1
H1
there
check,
is knight
knight
h2. Yeah, exactly. That's what also Alireza thought. And he thought, oh, this must be very important. But after knight h2, it turns out that this is what is more important.
Yeah, White's queen is very strong.
Meanwhile, Hikaru finds a brilliant tactic. Such a smart guy. King g7. He finds knight g5 check.
Oh, if king f6.
Check. And you can see there he's so thrilled to have found this check. And he is winning this game. 2 pawns up. This is falling next. I think he's going to convert this pretty well. Meanwhile, Amruta, bishop c4, queen h1, knight h2. Arjun.
Oh, it has happened on the board, and now the threat of bishop e6. That's why Firouzja goes queen c6, only way to defend the e6 knight. How do I progress? Very quickly. Bishop d5 maybe. No, he just keeps his pawn on b3.
Yeah, very solid play. He's a pawn up and he says, I'm in no hurry to convert this. Maybe slowly, Amruta, f3, g4, improve your king, or knight f3 perhaps.
Knight g4 is not leading anywhere, yeah? I would love that knight on f5, by the way. Oh, this one is almost over. But you were right, yeah, those pawns on f2, e3 never moved in their life.
Yeah.
Like they never have wanted to dream that I will be a queen one day. They were just happy.
The pawns didn't have big dreams.
Bishop d5 is played.
By the way, with Gukesh maybe losing another game, he will need to win 2 more to equalize the score and force tie breaks, which is very tough against Hikaru. Meanwhile, if Arjun wins this, he will need only half a point, Amruta.
Oh, he goes knight on g4. That looks more attractive than f3 for sure. I think also he has knight e3.
Yeah.
Knight f5.
He's just now, what he's doing is he's just getting all his pieces together, just controlling all the critical squares.
Regrouping. Prioritizing.
Also, knight e5 looks. Oh, he goes queen f3. Okay, bishop F3.
Vikas just says Gukesh always finds a tougher opponent in the early stages of any tournament. That's interesting.
No, I mean, all the players in this event are so strong. So it's not like, oh, queen c6.
Super blunder.
No, the reason why this is a blunder is because there was a very nice point, Amruta, that
Which
here
was?
you could have taken on c6, knight c6 and played knight h6 attacking here
Knight
and
E5.
knight f5
Oh,
winning the bishop with a fork. So that was,
knight f6 was a nice double attack.
it was easy to miss.
Yeah, 7 seconds. By the way, Arjun and Sagar, now anything can happen because both are playing on 8 to 10 seconds, and we
But
have
look at
only 3
Arjun's
seconds.
expressions. Check, but I think he's missed. He's let his opponent escape. This bishop f2 move you couldn't have taken. So your d5 bishop was hanging. Is he going to agree to a draw? No, not really. He gives
No,
a
he's
check.
trying to gain some time and find something against that king on d7. Is there any mate, by the way? Any mating
Check.
ideas?
Oh, that was hanging.
Oh, now queen f5 check for king d7.
But what different?
Queen f8. No, bishop is on f6.
Oh,
What's the
knight d8. Look at Alireza. He's shaking his head,
Smiling, in fact.
smiling, and
He's like,
Arjun has actually outwitted Alireza in time trouble, and Arjun wins.
amazing.
Wow.
Second victory.
Amruta, where did that go out of hand? Was I think after somewhere here, he should have gone. I don't know, check, king here. Arjun gave a check. He should have gone to c7.
Yeah, why did it not go to c7? Very surprising.
I don't know. He went here and then he allowed this check. Bishop f6.
Why he went bishop f6 also? Like he could have just gone king d7, right?
Yes.
In a way, he overstretched. He wanted to win.
No, he didn't want to win. But after queen f5, Amruta, now king c7 was important.
Oh, but queen f6, you have queen d5.
Yeah, this is hanging. So, but he just missed this.
No, but if he had to repeat Sagar, he could have gone King D7 all the while.
No, he was not. I don't think Arjun was going to repeat. Meanwhile, victory for Hikaru Nakamura against Gukesh. So that is a big win.
But it is amazing. Also, what we
Magnus
saw
won.
that in time pressure, Alireza kind of made a quick mistake there,
Yeah.
which is exactly what happens when you are playing after a long time. And this is going to make it tough. It's very hard for him to strike back.
Gukesh just now Arjun just needs a draw, while Gukesh needs 2 wins. It is not going to be easy. What a play by Arjun.
Yes, Arjun OP in the chat.
Guys, yeah, let's have Arjun OP in the chat. He played such
Happening
amazing
already.
chess there, and he has managed to beat Alireza Firouzja. We now have Magnus on the screen. I don't know what is Magnus doing, but Magnus and
But
Gukesh.
Magnus has a different hairstyle.
Oh, he's
now.
cut his hair.
Yeah, he has, right?
Oh my god. Why?
No, maybe he's put gel. I don't know.
Amruta, if Arjun draws one more, he's just beaten Firouzja, which is big result.
So in this round, it is like Gukesh needs to fight back if he needs to stay in the match.
Right.
Alireza will need to fight back. What about other results? What has happened? Can you give a quick?
Magnus won 2-0 and Firouzja Mamedov versus Wesley So is 1-1. That's about Division 1. The importance of Division 2 is of course for the points and prize money, but also the winner of Division 2 will go to the next Champions Chess Tour Division 1. So Raunak Sadhwani managed to beat Yu Yangi in one of, so it was 1-1, and I think now their third game is going on. And Diptayan Ghosh is playing against Fabiano Caruana. He lost the first game and then he drew the second game, which is a good result for Diptayan. Very, very important. And now Diptayan is worse in the third game. Raunak and Yu Yangi kind of equal in first and second game, but in the third game, Raunak is lost. So that's how things are. In Division 3, I think we have Pragnananda. Pranav lost his first game to Theodorus Nicolas Theodoru, and Pragnananda drew against Amin Tabatabai. And then game number 2, we also had Inian losing to Alexander Lenderman. Drew a first game, then losing the second game. Pranav beat. Wow, what a mate. And Pragnananda drew against Amin Tabatabai. Okay, so these are 3 divisions in this event. And we will keep an eye out. I think Prag's score is 1-1 against Amin. Guys, the third round is going to be very critical because it could mean that a few players will be losing this match. Vidit is playing. Oh, Humpy is equal. I thought she was just totally winning against Nana Zagnitse. Yes, Rauf, you are right. Defeating Hikaru twice is not going to be easy at all. Magnus is looking so fresh with his new haircut. And there we have our two youngsters. Gukesh and Arjun. Both having very different fortunes today. Gukesh losing both his games, Arjun winning both his games. We can also add Magnus Carlsen to the frame. Always nice to see our young talents with the greatest of all time. Yeah, just very quickly seeing what's happening in the women's Grand Prix. Yeah, this is the one. No, she didn't take here. She played Bishop G6, right? Bishop G6, B takes C6, Rook takes C6, Rook takes, Queen takes. And now not ED, but she played Bishop to B5, which is a good move. Harika is white, by the way, against Kostyanyuk. And mind you guys, no, sorry. She played Bishop E5, A5, Bishop B5, Queen C2, Rook D2, check. F6, Bishop G3, takes. Now Harika is a full pawn up. Yeah, needs to make progress. I think she can do it slowly. But there's no hurry. F4, improve the position. So Harika clearly in driver's seat. Meanwhile, Humpy drawing her game. Just quite. She's pawn up. She goes Queen E6. I don't know why she played it. Now threat is A6. Rook C6, B takes. Wow. Humpy must have been livid at missing such a big opportunity. And she offered a draw here. I mean, it's still playable. I think the position is around equal, but still it's quite playable. They agreed to a draw. Okay, guys, do you think that Gukesh is going to make a comeback? What do you think? Yeah, Vikasja Kostyanyuk is playing really well, but I think today she will lose to Harika.
Not yet. They've started, yeah?
No, not yet.
Okay. अरे join the chat. क्या बात है? Humpy Drew. That's what
Yeah.
you already read, yeah?
Yeah, she
Okay.
was.
But she was better. What
She
about
was-
Harika? The game is still going on.
Yeah, she's still clearly better. She's pawn up.
Did you ask any question to them? I mean, because
Yeah,
Soothing Melody has said, Heart said yes, but mind says otherwise. I think this is one of the most ancient dilemmas, heart and mind.
I think I asked if Gukesh can make a comeback.
Ah, okay. What would be your biggest comeback, Sagar?
I think my biggest comeback was at National B.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was nowhere close to where these guys are playing. But I was on 4.5 points out of 8
Mm-hmm.
in 2012. And then I won 5 games in a row.
Oh,
And then I reached 9.5, finished fourth, and qualified for National A, where I made my first time norm. And also, it was a very big comeback for me. And I think for Gukesh, it is quite possible because he did get a great chance in game 2,
mm-hmm.
but he missed it.
But was that the chance which you were talking about Rook A4 as the
No,
main
no,
move?
that knight f4 and then
Ah, yeah, and in fact, in that
sacrificing a
game, Sagar,
piece.
there was one point in the opening where he, instead of castling, he could have gone d4. Again, we couldn't focus much on that, but d4 was very interesting. The idea is f4 square is important, so white cannot take the pawn on d4,
Right.
even if black's king is on e8. Very rare chances. Then, yeah, I think
Mm.
not so easy, yeah, to
People are
spot
not
that.
very confident that Gukesh can make a comeback, but
But he's white, right? He's white.
he will have the white pieces. It can
Also,
start here,
what
Amrita.
happens, Sagar?
You just
Yes,
join
you
this.
can join. Yeah, also, what will happen? One more addition here is that Nakamura knows that Gukesh needs a comeback. He's going to be extremely careful.
Yeah.
Rook A4 was not that hard. I don't know what were your feelings, guys, for Rook A4? Like, I feel it was very hard for 2 minutes to find it. Because mainly it's not about one move to find, it's about the idea, and also some moves in chess which have been extremely simple have still been the hardest because they were never happening in any of the calculations. That's why. Match has started. Are you sure? Oh, match has started, yeah? 1 second.
Yeah, it takes some time for the games to update.
Ah, okay, okay, got it.
Hmm? What did you do?
I just put running games.
Hmm.
Hmm. Ronak Sodani says happy anniversary Sagar Bhai and Amrita Ji from all of us at the chess club, Fort Mill and Bangalore. Thank you,
Thank you.
Ronak.
Thank you, Rana. Okay, by the way, Amrita.
MP says voted for Chessbiz India in streaming awards. Array. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Which awards? We are not aware.
Okay. Harika blundered. I'm not really sure about that.
I think here we can see Amrita.
Ah, okay. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
We have the game. Yeah.
till this starts. Can look at it here. So Amrita, Gukesh in a must-win game opens with d4. Hikaru goes knight f6, and this time Gukesh goes for the London system. c5, e3, d5, knight d2, queen b6. He plays rook to b1, bishop d7. It's often a very important plan these days, putting the bishop here. In fact, Wesley so even goes bishop c6 and knight d7, c3, bishop b5, c4. Wow.
Doesn't it remind you of French, that bishop d7, bishop b5, and similar?
Yeah. Let's show our viewers that what Amrita is saying, that after e4, e6, d4, d5, e5, c5, c3, queen b6, knight f3, bishop d7, bishop e2, bishop b5, and now c4. Correct?
Yeah, yeah.
This is how you kind of try to attack that. It's a similar concept here, Amrita. Bishop b5 met with c4, and it looks like a strong idea because after takes, he takes with the knight. Bishop takes, and now a check, and he thinks that, oh, the bishop is falling. Of course, white goes back with the knight, pawn takes, and now pawn takes, knight c6. It is quite possible, Amrita, to just castle here and give up a pawn. But okay, he took here, knight c6 castles, rook d8, a3. It feels risky the way Hikaru is playing this, because his king is in the center, bishop is yet to develop, he hasn't castled yet. Does look scary, no?
Yes, for sure. I'm just looking at it. I was just looking at it to understand.
Yeah. Queen b6.
So it's a pleasant position for Gukesh. At least the first phase of the opening has gone right, we can say. Otherwise, it would have been dead equal and nothing much out there. So,
But Amrita, it also feels like Hikaru is doing quite well. Like he will go
he
back.
will have a knight or blockader on d5,
Yeah.
bishop e6. But it's the perfect IQP, right? The isolated pawn position for white, which gives his pieces some activity.
Right.
Only problem is one piece is already exchanged. Like normally, if you wanted to imagine the knight on e5,
Yeah.
taking on f7 and those kind of sacrifices, already what do you do for the d4 pawn? Isn't it?
Yeah, maybe you have
Pretty
to
weak.
come back.
Did he play that?
He's thinking.
Okay.
He.
He's thinking. Bishop Gangs
it happened.
Chess Club says, thank you, Sagar Bhai. I asked my students to watch a imbalance theory and they really improved their positional play. I believe that is the best chess content posted in YouTube. Oh, that is great. Yeah, that is a great series if anyone wants to watch it seriously, like a coaching class, for sure.
And Amrita, Arjun versus Firouzja
Mm-hmm.
has Arjun in. I don't know what is the objective evaluation of this position, because it started off with the English,
Mm-hmm.
4 knights, and now knight c7 is the main move with the idea of e5, but he played g6, and Firouzja went knight e4, c4. This is perhaps theory. Queen c2, b5.
Oh, with that bishop on g2, what guts you need to play
The
with
modern
that?
modern chess at its best. Knight b4, queen c1, takes. So, and perhaps Arjun is, no, it's not his prep. I don't know.
Yeah, what is Alireza's next idea? Because position looks practically, I like black here with the pieces, of course, except for this thing which looks a little shaky there.
But b takes c4, Amrita, and then you have an isolated pawn.
Where I have an isolated pawn? Ah, this one. If I take back on c4.
Yeah.
And then you want to just castle, let's
Yes.
say. And then you can
Rook
give me
b8
some
queen,
play here with the
queen
idea of, let's
c3.
say.
And I like White's
Ah, no,
chances,
c4 is
but
hanging,
this is a
no?
typical Arjun position. Arjun really likes to play such positions where he has weak pawns, but
Mm-hmm.
lot of activity, active play.
By the way, I can go a5 because if you take here,
Bishop a6.
I have bishop a6 and maybe bishop e2
Right.
should be good.
Right.
But if you cannot take here, then anyway I might. Why is the bar not liking my move? Why does the bar never likes my moves ever?
Because a3 first, Amrita, and then your knight has to move, and then I'll take on c.
Okay, got it. So, good attempt. Why can't take the knight? Knight is supported with c6. There is a knight on c6 as well, guys. Don't miss that. Joy asks, what gift did you receive, Amrita, from Sagar for anniversary? Oh, we forgot actually to give each. We had a plan of entering one shop and gifting each other in 5 minutes, but I think we forgot that.
No, but we did go to Alibag, which is a small little island
Yeah,
near Mumbai.
that was a gift. I think very spontaneously, Sagar decided like, let's go. We have to pack your bags in 5 minutes.
Yeah, because I went to do my visa for Germany. It took me 5 hours in queue, and once that was done, uh, I thought, well, it's the perfect time to go for a couple of days because the Champions Chess Tour was starting on 6th, and there were other things coming up. So this was a very good time that we could spend with each other.
Nice.
Everyone's
No, this
saying
is
Prague managed to checkmate Tabatabai in
22
22
moves.
moves.
Oh wow, that would be crushing. The Badaba is very strong actually.
But I'm not sure if.
By the way, Sagar, now after bishop d3, there's going to be bishop b1.
Hmm.
Then there will be maybe queen d3 or c2, which will provoke your g6. Is it okay? Yeah, queen c2 or queen d3, which will provoke your g6. And then there will be h4. But after that, it's still not easy, yeah. I with one knight exchanged, it's a little tough. Like you would really love this knight to go either of these squares. Doesn't seem so easy to do.
Yeah. No, I think Amrita, for sure, Hikaru is very comfortable. You can see that he's looking very cool, calm. He takes on e3 and having the ability to be able to draw the game because he's leading 2-0 is a big advantage in such a situation.
For
So,
sure.
for Gukesh to win this will not be easy, but he should try and put pressure like maybe bishop e4, maybe bishop c4. Let's see how
But
he
now
continues.
h4, h5 ideas are very difficult without the f2 pawn, yeah?
Yeah, g3 is very weak.
Yeah.
So we can quickly go and check what is up with Arjun because Amrita for Firouzja also very tough. He's blundered. He's blundered something
What
big.
happened? Why is it a blunder? Is the last move a blunder?
Yes, it was equal.
1 second. Let us find no.
Let's ask the chat. Guys, what would you play here? Black to play. Make your move before Arjun does. And it's perhaps a little tricky to find this. But I think you can. What do you think, Amrita?
Since ancient times, I've been thinking of knight d3, which never worked. Now, 1 second.
And so let's look at what our chat wants to do.
Hmm.
Everyone wants to take on e4. But guys, after bishop e4, there's nothing much actually that's happening. So the move,
Also,
and by the way,
nothing.
another
Also,
one move
any
there is
idea
this
like knight d4 people
Yeah.
suggested, but ab4
ab4 is
and
just
then knight b3, you just move the rook again. It's not leading anywhere after knight b3.
yeah.
Hmm.
So the move here, Amrita, and I don't know,
Is queen
Arjun is
d3, but
still
queen d3 has no threat.
thinking, I think. Oh, he
Queen
finds
d3 is
it.
d4. Queen
Arjun has
d4.
found it. Queen d4. What a
Oh,
move.
and how is Alireza reacting? Oh, he's not
Alireza is
happy.
just totally unhappy because you can't take the knight.
Hey!
Your queen is hanging.
Yeah, and
And
what
if
if
you
you play queen
take,
takes d4?
I give a check first.
Yes, forced, right? Or
Let's say you go king d1. And
knight
now I
d4.
take this. And now your rook is hanging. And
Rook c1, let's
this
say.
is hanging.
Oh, then you just lose it. Wait, if you take there, then e3.
But I'm with a b2.
Almost lost in
Yeah.
a way.
Yeah, it's all over, Amrita. Like knight a3, and if you take ed4, b2, b1 coming up, it's game over. So queen d4 found by Arjun. Beautiful move, guys. Arjun
Wow.
finds the best move in the position, and he's totally winning now.
If he
Wow.
has found this move, then we are sure that Arjun is very, very much alert and in good form.
Yeah, Arjun actually had a very tough time at Tata Steel Masters. He lost many games there. He did not win a single game. He had several draws. But that's the thing about these youngsters, Amrita. Gukesh had a tough Tata Steel Masters. He comes back. He wins the play-in
Yeah,
phase of this event.
unbelievable.
Then now Arjun is crushing Alireza Firouzja 3-0. And Firouzja is one of the best rapid players in the world. But it's clear, no, that
Yeah,
Firouzja
he's not.
seems out of sorts.
And that's why I think for Firouzja, this tournament, no matter whatever his result is, however worst, I think he will definitely make a comeback at some point. He needs to get in the groove. Maybe in the same tournament, he might have a different tournament. Like we saw in Tata Steel, Gukesh had a second half as completely a new tournament. So,
Yes, but I think Amrita, I mean, Tata Steel was like 14-15 day event, so you can come back. But here, you're just losing this.
yes.
It's not a knockout, guys, because the players who lose will play against other players who have lost, and then there is a chance to come back into the tournament. But still, and
Okay, what's happening with
And Amrita, one more thing which I wanted to just show is that if Arjun wins today and if Magnus wins, maybe it's Arjun Magnus tomorrow.
oh, right.
Quite possible. Meanwhile, Firouzja is now completely stunned. He's not making his move. He's thinking. Wesley saw against Rauf Mamedov is a tough match. Both have played really well. And it is right now 1-1 with this third game being around equal.
Yeah.
Let's go to Hikaru versus Gukesh.
Oh, Gukesh has got g4, g5.
Yeah. Gukesh went for this.
Bishop e4 idea, which. No, this seems very hard.
Yeah, very risky because black is very solid. Knight is coming to f5 or d5. Bishop is protecting the king. A very Nakamura type position. He's very happy here.
Yeah.
b6, very solid.
Oh, knight f5, no?
And Amruta, Magnus Carlsen is also going to do it.
Oh, he's
Going to
winning the
do
third
3-0.
game. So this also doesn't look like we'll enter the fourth one. And Alireza is still thinking there. By the way, f4 is almost over. Queen c7.
Oh, what about?
No, queen c7 is.
Rook f7. There's bishop f7. So.
By the way, Himang says a quick update. Harika is completely winning against the tournament leader. Wow. Great.
By the
No
way,
mess up there.
Amruta, you can see how Alireza Firouzja is now been thinking for more than 5-6 minutes. He's just totally gone.
Because in this position that queen on b2 was so important, the whole, defending that c2 square and a b3 pawn. That's why this king could be in the center. Suddenly the knights they get so much energy.
And also, Amruta, the thing is that even if you take here, check, king, let's say f1, knight here, a1 is hanging, and there's no time even to take here.
It's
Because I can
completely
take and
lost.
attack your knight and also the other rook. So,
You think Firouzja will resign here or?
not really. I think he'll make a couple of moves, but yeah, he's almost close to resignation.
Oh, he plays. No? Yeah, he played.
What did he
play?
do? He
He
played
took- he
rook
took-
b1. First rook b1. Arjun now snapped on e4, which is the correct move because if you take, you are just a piece down.
Yeah.
So he played queen d4. And now I think Arjun can decide between taking on on d4 or first check, which is very accurate.
But check was important, right? Otherwise, the b4 knight would be not hanging. Ah, okay. Got it.
Check. And now king d1 or f1, where to go?
Hard question. Yeah, but
You know, Amrita, chess is so tough in a way that even a player like Firouzja, who is so talented, if you don't play enough, you just got to. No, now b1 is hanging, b3 is hanging.
no, you continue what you were saying.
I mean, if you don't practice enough or if you don't play, it's maybe he's practicing very hard, but if you don't play enough tournaments, it's very difficult to
Yeah, you need to be
stay right up
constantly
there.
in touch.
Yeah.
But isn't it
I mean,
valid
what a
for
move.
anything, Sagar?
What a move. Yeah, of course, it's valid for anything you want to do at the highest level. And now you can't
Why
take
do
a
you
move.
like this move so much? Oh, because this is just
No, if
hanging.
you take, I think you just take cb3. That's the key point. Or first you can take knight b3, Amrita, actually. Knight b3. And then the rook
If
is
na rook
hanging
a2?
and take on a8. And then you have like those queenside pawns.
Oh, really? Because the king can't come to c2.
Yeah, it's totally
I can't
crushing.
play d3.
Just c3. Man.
This king, man, so horrible.
So,
Because says Arjun is such a cold-blooded assassin.
Yeah,
No
I agree.
facial
I
expressions
agree.
at all.
I agree. You know, there was this one very nice game I used to play when I was young, very little. By the way, knight b3 did happen. Rook a2 also happened. Rook e3. It was called the Hitman, and one of my favorites. I still hope someday I'll get to play it again. It was
Isn't
called
it
the
just a
Silent
game
Assassin.
must be with the gun and you just have to...
Yes, Amrita, it was not just have to, you have to finish some very nice tasks. And in that, there was this Agent 47. He had to go and finish some tasks. So he would go like to some different country, some high profile target he had to, finish. And so he would go there, he would finish him off. And then he would come back and then he would be in his sort of area
Okay,
where
I
he
got
would,
it. I got
where
it.
he would go to the church, cook food, water the plants. So, that's the feeling I get by looking at Arjun.
And in between to support you, Ramit says, Sagar bhai एक नया version आ गया है.
Oh.
Ramit, don't tell me that. Don't tell Sagar also that.
Yeah. And no, it's a great game. And, that's what I was coming to, Amruta, is that it reminds me of Arjun. Because this guy is such a silent killer. He's beating one of the best players in the world. And he's just doing it without any emotions. Just has one hand on the mouse, so just very relaxed, very relaxed.
We needed an X-ray machine which actually could get Arjun's emotions.
Like,
X-ray for emotions.
Hmm.
Because he's kept it so much like a mystery, yeah. Because-
No, but he will have that smile at the end of the win. Now F3 played by Alireza. Let's see if that happens.
Yeah, that happened. F3 is played.
Yeah. No, I'm saying let's see if that happens means the smile happens. Okay, by the way, Hikaru Nakamura keeping the balance so well. Rook D2.
Queen E4, the knight is hanging. Maybe you will have to, but you can't go rook F2 because then this would be hanging.
Yeah.
So
King F2
maybe
maybe.
king. Yeah, this looks like this pin quite irritating. But
Can
king
we go back to
F2.
Arjun game?
Yes, please. I'll quickly.
Yes. Look
He,
at
he
those
played
two
H5.
knights. Look at those two knights and those three pawns. Even though Arjun is an exchange down, this entire armada of pieces is so powerful.
Yeah, it's like he's going with a great army there.
Mhm.
And though these are like Spartans, it's hard to fight. And these are the complete exception to the rule of knights are bad at the edge of the board.
Yeah.
It's very rarely we find. Himangs as Sagar is a Hitman fan. Amazing.
Very nice memories with that game. 2-3 games which I really enjoyed was one was Hitman, the other one was Age of Empires, and the other one was
Contra.
not Contra and all was your favorite game, Amruta. Contra,
Tank.
Tank, Prince.
No. I don't know what Prince.
Prince was that game on MS-DOS, I think.
Okay.
Is hanging. By the way, you can't take it because there's a check and then you lose the rook.
Nice fork. Hey, but how do you progress, Sagar? Because now you cannot move this pawn. This will maximum come till here. It's like train के engine जैसे. You don't want to push C3, right? Or do you?
No, not yet. If basically Amruta, I don't have a clear win. I don't want to rush into pushing the pawns.
You will just improve your pieces?
Yeah, let me do it aram se. Let me play it my way.
Okay. By the way, Firouzja has 36 seconds and Arjun has 5 minutes 45 seconds, Sagar. That's already a huge time difference. But Firouzja has started bringing his knight into the game. Next, the knight is going to F4, maybe D5, maybe your pressure. Of course, I mean, you can stop it.
But look at this rook on A2. It's crying for help. It's like, someone please come and save me. But this rook cannot come because knight is protecting.
Yeah.
He can't move anywhere almost. This is all covered. So, and now C3.
Is it the right time to push the pawn?
I think he's found a tactic because the main point is after takes, you don't want to take here.
Why?
Your knight is hanging.
Huh.
So you find this amazing move. Guys, can you find it? Black to play. Black to play. Let's see if our
Oh,
chat.
he played, dude. Chat
Arjun.
is slow. Not chat, but Arjun is too fast.
Arjun is too fast.
Amazing. And look at what he's doing. Firouzja is down to 10 seconds. Arjun is not giving any time. Finding such difficult moves, making Alireza to answer for these kind of moves is so tough. For anybody in his place, for that matter, however strong you are.
Now this pawn will come.
Wow.
Beautiful
The knight
play.
from A3 it shifted to C3.
And the beauty is this knight controls this square, this knight controls this square. No one can
So
touch.
the exchange was such a useless exchange in a way. It's like you did your CA useless degree maybe. If you had to play chess.
But Amruta, even Gukesh is losing.
Yeah, it was going to be hard, right? Because he obviously had to kind of overstretch in order to see if he will get anything. But Nakamura won't leave him like that. By the way, Magnus has drawn the game, so he has moved. I mean, the match is finished there.
Yeah, I think draw is just logical because you are winning. Even you don't need to win the match. Draw gives you the match.
Sagaran, how many moves are you expecting resignation?
Maybe another 5 moves.
5. Oh, it's happened, I guess. Because oh no, Alireza is still there. Five moves. Okay, C1. Do you go A3? Yeah, you can go A3. Can you go A3? No, A3 would be a bad move, of course, because takes is happening. No, Sagar.
Yeah, let's not hurry up.
Sagar, what will you play here?
94.
In your sleep also you find it.
But Amruta, now let's not play A3. Just improve our knight. Let's keep knight.
You need to, yeah, better is to move. This is a check. The king has to go here.
And now A3. B3.
Yeah, now anything looks great.
Maybe B3.
Yeah, B3 because you already have the knight placed for B1. This should be it. He's thinking after rook C1. Oh, surprisingly, Arjun is thinking quite a long time, yeah? In comparison to all the difficult moves which he found.
Yeah.
Oh no, he played knight E4 check. King E1 and now B3.
Threatening B2.
Knight C3.
And you
knight
can't
C3.
take Amruta. The thing is, you can't take because of B2, rook
And
C1,
you
rook
don't have
C8
this.
check. He take. Does he take?
Yes,
he
he took. B2 check. What you were saying is
A3.
happening.
And now A2. And it's time for Alireza to resign. He resigns. Arjun beats Alireza 3-0. A small smile on his
Yeah.
face. Very small. But he manages to beat the amazing Alireza Firouzja so convincingly.
Brilliant. This was epic.
3-0 victory, and I think Arjun has most likely set up a semi-finals clash between him and Magnus Carlsen. Wow.
Acha.
I think so. We'll confirm it later, but that's what seems like. And Hikaru being ruthless to the core against Gukesh. And this seems to be winning for better for Hikaru. But Gukesh is pushing the pawn on
Yeah, I mean, at least it looks like there 1% any chance.
No, but
of-
now D7 is hanging. You can't play rook E3, queen D7. Just
Rook E3, queen D7. Yeah. But if you, can you play queen C7? It's a blunder. Bishop D6 check. Maybe queen C6. Yeah. Still, bishop D6 is a threat. Or he could just go. Oh, he plays rook E3. Bishop D6 check. King G2 and now takes. Oh, this is very hard.
He's just a pawn down, right?
Yeah, pawn down.
Hikaru will chop and offer a draw.
Yeah.
Or maybe he won't have.
No, they have drawn.
They drew.
Yes.
So Hikaru goes through to the next round. Gukesh loses. Mixed day for Indian fans because Arjun managing to really outplay Firouzja. He took all his chances, Amruta? Arjun?
Arjun, yeah? Yeah. Why? I think it's over. All the games are over, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Magnus finished his game.
Yeah.
This 3-second increment is very different, na? It's very quickly ending at the last.
Correct. This one is going on. Amrita, Wesley so is converting.
Oh, looks interesting. Very interesting. But there is a clear path for the king. The king goes to b6. The knight goes to c5. And how do you stop losing this pawn? This one is never going to allow the king to get out of here. So a resignation should come soon. That's what I feel. Wesley versus Mamedov. Yeah, maybe another 2-3 quick moves. He stops this, but then how does knight d7, bishop takes g4, but then knight f6 check. Oh, he's going king c7. Is he planning to go here? Oh yeah, he is planning to go here, but he stops with king f8. Now you cannot take this ever because of the fork check. Bishop b3. I think later, is there going to be h7 check, king h7, knight f7? Is he going to do that? He goes bishop d1, but wait, can you not take here? King f6. So bishop g, now bishop g4 is not happening, sorry. There is knight on e5. Oh, it's over and Wesley has won. Mamedov has resigned. So we have all the games over. Can we quickly check the standings or any? No, we don't need to check any standings, right? Yet?
No.
Nothing.
Yeah, it's done, Amrita. We have finished the day today. I think this is what we were looking at. Magnus beat Alexey Sarana 2.5 half. Alireza Firouzja losing to Arjun Erigaisi 3-0. Wesley So and Mamedov still playing on 2-1.
No, it's over.
No, he won, but it's 2-1.
Okay,
so
got
they will
it.
have one more game. But
Yes.
and Hikaru beat Gukesh 2.5 half. So that's how it was. Amrita, I'll call it a night. I have maybe been a tough day, and I'll see our chat tomorrow. Maybe if you want to say some final words and then hit the end button.
Okay. I'll just have a look at the chat if I've missed any important message, guys. But
See you.
yes, not really. We have caught up on everything, guys. That was great to have you. So, happy new day for tomorrow, and we will see you. I think it is very exciting the way Arjun is playing and how Gukesh is going to fight back. Also, Alireza, especially when we are seeing him after such a long time, even if he has lost today, how he's going to perform tomorrow would be a big curiosity for everybody. So, let's meet tomorrow. Bye bye, good night, and have a great day, time, and everything.